Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna talk about my top 6 reads thus far for the year of 2026. And I know you're like, typically people do like top 5, top 10. How do we end up with top 6? Well, we ended up with top 6 because the first 3 books is part of a series, and I want to give each book its own slot. You check? They're like interconnected, but they deserve their own spot. So we're gonna do our top 6. So this actually wasn't that hard for me to decide on because I have not read a lot of books this year. You know what? Never mind. Quantify it as a lot or a little because, however people define the amount of books to them is to them. But for me, it's not a lot because I'm used to reading 150 plus books a year, apparently, in the past, whatever. But this year, I have not tracked the number of my books. I know it's a lot. I also did not give myself a reading goal this year. I just wanted to read, and I do track my reading. I do have a physical reading tracker. I just have not updated the digital ones, such as Goodreads and Storygraph, which I need to do because, again, we are already 6 months, halfway through the year, and I have not tracked anything online. So if you are judging me based on my Goodreads or Storygraph profile right now, there's probably 1 or 2 books on there. Outside of that, everything is handwritten in my reading journal. I will get to that at some point because I do want to do that reading vlog. But anyways, let's get into my top reads so far. So when I looked at my reading journal, I was like, you have not read a lot of books, but you read enough, but not enough to the point where I felt comfortable enough to rate 10 books as a top read. Also, I am literally coming out of the nastiest book slump I've had since pre-pregnancy. So it's been 3 years since I've been in a really bad book slump. I've been in a book slump for half the year. Let that sit with you. And it wasn't because like none of the books was like really hitting. I just think mentally I was distant. So I could not like really connect with the books, but the books were good. But it just like, it was just feeling like a task to have to read. And I still wanted to make sure I get my reading in and meet my ARC obligations. Because I think I just really need to focus on what I want to read in my back catalog as part of that issue, and just continue enjoying reading to enjoy it and speaking about it. But yeah, this was such a bad book slump, and I was reading really good books because I have 5-star reads on there. I just don't know what was happening and what was disconnecting from my mind on the book, and it just like, I don't know. I guess depression was trying to win, but I was still hanging on and whooping ass because I'm still here. It's just reading was taking a blow, but we got it. Our top 6 reads. Let's talk about it. Like I said, these first 3, this is in no order anyway. It's not a ranking type of vibe, but these first 3, they are in a series. And it is the 2 a.m. series. Is written by 3 authors. Each author had their own book. First was the 109 a.m. by L.B. Gaines. Then we had 123 a.m. by D.H. Renfrew. And then we had 206 by C.M. Barnes. So the series is interconnected. The characters cross between the books, but each one can be read as a standalone. Again, you know me, I still gonna have to read it in order. But let me tell you something. Each book is less than 200 pages, but they were so good. The first book, 109 a.m. by L.B. Gaines, it just like had a mysteriousness behind of it. And it had me really, really locked in, like, oh my God. Because all you know about the MMC was that his name was O. That's it, that's all. His name was O. And That book took me through it. I love that book. I think that was probably my favorite one out of all three. But also Ellie Gaines, new to me author, but every book that I read from her has been hit after hit after hit. 3 months in Accra, that whole entire series there, amazing, like amazing. Like I can't wait to continue delving into her catalog. 1:23 a.m. by D.H. Renfro. That book was also really good. Like all three of them was good. All of them was 5 stars. This was my very first book from her, but it will not be the last. Like I say, once I enjoy a book from an author, I'm going to dive into their catalog, and I just hope that when I get in their catalog that I don't get stuck. And that's why I'd be kind of scared sometimes, because I don't want to be stuck in there. Like I want to continue reading, but whatever. That's a me thing. And when it comes to 1:23 a.m., it follows, visiting your past relationship, tackling grief, and thinking that, okay, it's been some time, we could move forward, and those characters are struggling with that and reconnecting. And then comes to 2:06 a.m. This one gets a little bit more in it because you're tackling male and male, male female, and female male relationships. So you got some poly stuff going on in there. It's healthy. And the one thing I love about this entire series, that when it comes to the title of the book, like 109, 1:23, and 2:06 a.m., they are each reflective of the time in that book when the action starts. That's what triggers the storyline. And I love that. I love that connection. So if you haven't read the 2AM series yet, again, I don't know what you're waiting on, but check it out. Each one is less than 200 pages and you're in for a good time, not a long time. This next one, absolutely adore. Of course, I don't read the back of books. I do not read the synopsis, the blurb, none of that. I just dive in. But when Netra Antoinette puts out a book, I'm going to read it. And Whole Phase is that book, and it did not disappoint. Whole Phase is anything but a whole phase, but it's just so well written, and it's really about finding yourself, being true to yourself, and just completing a list of things. And that's why this book gets one of my slots. Top tier. This next one, it was a top read for me, even though it broke my heart. It made me shed a few tears. It made me sad, and I still do think about it because of the way it unraveled, and I was not expecting the plot twist that it provided. But Kin by Tiari Jones, that book is holding a special place in my heart. It was... It follows along two friends, and they make the best of their friendships. They make the best of when they separated, when they get back together. But life just has a funny way of playing out. And when you go into this book, just grab your tissues and just be prepared for the ride. That's all I could tell you. But it will hold a special place in my heart forever and ever. Amen. Last book. I would be remiss if I recorded this video for a top read and not include this book, because the way I have been speaking about this book for the past 2 weeks is insane. Losing Control by Lady Nisha. Again, I don't know what took me so long to read this book. But it did not disappoint. The audio, top tier. Physical read, top tier. Like, I am so excited to get into her catalog because it was funny as hell. Caesar and Molly was a match made in heaven, honestly speaking. Even though they didn't think so in the beginning, they were. And I honestly cannot wait to continue going down Lady Nisha's catalog, because I just know I'm going to be in for a good time. And Losing Control was so good. And then I found out that there was a novella, like the continuation after it. I ordered it, read it. When it arrived, read it in the same day. Like, I cannot make a top read. Even at the end of the year, when I decide to reflect on my top reads for 2026 overall, Losing Control is still going to be there, because that book was just that damn good. I have nothing bad to say about it. Like, honestly, I don't. Top 10. Hands down. No doubt about it. So let me know in the comment section, what was one of your favorite reads for this year thus far that I should add to my TBR. I remember, books don't expire. Buy the book. You can read it anyways. Check out you.